All right. Well, we are live. Let me just get a link out for people. Perfect. All right. Well, my name is Luke Polglaze. I'm joined here by Chad Jensen. I write for ProFootballSpot.com. Chad, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, Chad Jensen, ProFootballSpot.com. That's Good Broncos.com. You can follow me on Twitter, CJ_Broncos PFS.
Perfect. And we are here today to talk some draft with you. If you want to win a VIP trip in your bowl next year, all you have to do is head to playthedraft.seniorbowl.com and you'll get to play the draft, which basically entails buying and selling stock in draft prospects. You buy stock in the players you think will raise their stock during the draft process, and you go from there and try and make as much money as you can. So today we are here to discuss defensive end Marcus Smith of Louisville. Chad, just first off, what are your thoughts on Marcus Smith? What do you think he's particularly effective at?
My first thought is I love how long his arm. In that sense, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Elvis Dumervil. Totally different sizes, obviously, but with the length of his arms, he can really be effective on the edge. But other than that, there's not a whole lot more that I love about him. I mean, he's got a good bull rush. I like his first step, I guess. He's a solid tackler, but my question is, where exactly is he going to fit in the NFL? He's kind of weight-wise, kind of in the middle, what they call a tweener.
Right, and Louisville used him as a defensive end, as a 3-4 outside linebacker, 2-point, 3-point stance. Even dropped him into coverage a couple times, so he really did a lot of things for them. You mentioned his first step. He has a great first step. He's good getting off the snap generally. He's really not that particularly interesting as a pass rusher, limited toolbox, I'd say, but one thing, he has a very high motor.
Yeah. One thing I noticed, too, doing a little research on Marcus Smith is that, he had a lot of sacks in college, but an stunt plays where he literally untouched, unblocked. Of course, he's going to get the.
I mean, I went back and I counted. He had sacks or big plays when he was completely unblocked twice against Miami, twice against Houston, once against Rutgers. I mean, a lot of the time his production was coming from just getting to the quarterback untouched, to the running back untouched, and just having the offense not account for him. Now, too many college teams trusted a running back to pick him up. That doesn't work consistently. He'll get by the running backs, but against the tackles, he'll get stonewalled.
Yeah, I don't see him having much of a repertoire as far as a pass rusher. I mean, who knows what NFL coaching could do for him? He does have a lot of the measurables that you like, but when I put on his tape and watch him, there's nothing that really stands out to me where I'm just like, wow. I see him as maybe somewhere between a 4th to a 5th round pick in the NFL on this weekend.
talking about Louisville defensive end Marcus Smith. I'm Luke Pogles, joined by Chad Jensen, both at Pro Football Spot, and we're talking about Play the Draft. You can win a VIP trip to the Senior Bowl. Visit playthedraft.seniorbowl.com and sign up. So Marcus Smith, I agree. He's trending at a 74.6 on Play the Draft right now, which I think is too high. There's no way he'll get selected within the first 10 picks of the third round. He's a solid prospect, some versatility, but just a bad toolbox, not much there in terms of pass rushing moves. And let's be realistic, he did play on the Louisville defense along with probable first-round pick Calvin Pryor, Hakeem Smith back there. This is a defense that is obviously talented. So, in my opinion, go ahead, Jed.
I was just going to ask you, where do you see him actually going in the draft if you were to put your money on it, Play the Draft?
Now, I'd see him about probably late third to the fourth. I think teams will take him higher than he should go just because everybody will love a pass rusher with production in college. But again, his production in college wasn't really you can't account for that as his actual talents. That was just him taking advantage of not being blocked, which, quite frankly, I would expect a third, fourth round pick to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I would say, too, that he's lucky that he's coming out in the 2014 draft because, in my opinion, it's one of the defensive end is not very deep in this draft. Once you get past, your Devion Clowneys, your Tony Ely's, and the like, Marcus Smith's probably going to get overdrafted because of that, where, there's not a whole lot of other options for NFL teams to choose from. And I wish him the best. I think he has a lot of the tools. One of in the NFL currently, and he obviously would have a long way to go to get to this point, is Tampa Bay's shiny new toy, Michael Johnson. And Michael Johnson's a lot more of a physical freak athlete, quick twitch and all that. But I see a lot of the same traits scouting Marcus Smith, and he can only hope to become like Michael Johnson eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that Marcus Smith is absolutely going to benefit from is the fact that it's a weak draft for defensive end. I've seen Marcus Smith going in the first round just because teams will need pass rushers and because they need the pass rushers. Basically, it's a passing league. Increasingly, teams need to get after the quarterback, and pass rushers are going to get overdrafted. I'd compare him to more Jabal Sheard of the Cleveland Browns. He's not going to blow your socks off or anything, but he'll win plays every now and again, and just make sure he stays in things. So, your verdict, sell? I would sell him. I wouldn't touch this guy. Not at 74.9. Fool's gold. Well, there you have it. Once again, if you are looking to win a VIP trip to the Senior Bowl, you can go to playthedraft.seniorbowl.com, sign up to play the draft, buy and sell draft prospects as if they were stocks, buy on your favorites, sell on your not-so-favorites, and don't touch Marcus Smith. Again, I am Lucas Pogles from ProFootballSpot.com. You can follow me on Twitter at MHSRadio, right for that'sgoodbroncos.com. And I was joined today by Chad Jensen, lead writer for the Denver Broncos at ProFootballSpot.com. You can find him on Twitter at CJ_BroncosPFS. Thank you very much. Good luck with your trading on Play the Draft. I'm sorry I'm probably beating you right now, but Good luck as the draft nears.